that as well. Hello, peeps. All right, I think it's working. Is it working? So I heard what you guys were saying, and you guys, like, originally I wasn't gonna do Garchomp and and Gelatinous Cube. They were just like, oh, here's some examples. Like, it's wishful thinking, right? But I'm like, a lot of you wanted to see it happen, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's the first roll technically. I said there was a cardinal rule and that I have to roll every time, but I was just like, but what if though? But what if? Good lord. So to kick it off, to celebrate 48 hours remaining on the Heliana's Guide Kickstarter, because good lord, all of you showed out. It's been insane. We are also joined by another member of the Heliana's Guide team, also known as Loot Tavern, but I call him Mo. Mo's with us on stream. Will be helping do a lot of the questions, you know, answering a lot of your questions and funneling the questions to me because, good lord, I can't draw and keep track of questions at the same time. It's a problem. So, anyway, just wanted to like take a second to thank you all, and like it's been a journey, good lord, certainly. But with that out of the way, what in the world? Also, just as an aside, like I had to color the like gelatinous cube green because I feel like it's a sin against humanity that like in reality the 5e gelatinous cube is just like a sad looking ice cube. It's yeah, I don't know. It's Mo as an MO. Yeah, people asking that. Also thank you Cinnamon Sugar, Courtney. Yeah, good lord, a lot of people are backing like the huge tears, and it's crazy. But yeah, Mo, I don't know if they can hear you on your end, but you haven't been speaking this at all. Mo is nervous. Bless. Alright, it's all good.
Let's try it. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you get to hear Mo and his adorable, like, French accent. We get to see all the Americans in chat that are be like,
yeah, I'm just not used to the delay between the stream.
oh yeah, there's a huge delay. Oh, well you should just mute the stream and then just talk to me through the voice chat. Should probably be the more up to date version of my voice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. French moment. They're saying yeah, they recognize you from perhaps the Heliana's Guide Discord as well as you saying hey Aggie. But yeah, this is your first time being on a stream.
It is the first time.
You should do streams for your art as well. It's good. Mo, by the way, does a lot of the like is gonna be doing a lot of like the items and food and all like those things for the book. You're gonna see a lot of his art as well. He's a beast. But anyway, I should probably start sketching. I had Ari, one of my D&D buddies, on a different stream, kept having to whip me into like actually drawing during the stream. It's like false advertisement if I don't draw during an art stream. So my initial thoughts for Garchomp Gelatinous Cube is that its sort of face is almost like a block of acid that I can use to like cut through really odd shaped holes in like the Underdark. And so it's sort of telltale signs that this creature has been around. It's just really oddly shaped holes, like perfectly cut into into the earth, and it's almost like shaped like a hammerhead shark. Imagine, one second. My settings are all weird because I was drawing something else. That may or may not have been like a thank you thing for Kickstarter. Because good lord. Let's just do standard brushes. Alright. And as you can see, most of my brushes are pretty standard from Procreate. I'm working on adding some more and trying to figure out more about the Procreate brush system.
So people are saying that Garchomp and the cube would just be a Gudra, which isn't so far from the truth, you know?
It's not that far off, but if you know me, I don't usually take both creatures like as literally as they're portrayed. Cause like I think one of the classic examples is like whenever anyone like gets a Cubo and they just slap a skull on its head and call it a day. But usually I try not to do like the first thing that I think of. Because as an art tip, that's usually at least what my art teachers would normally tell me, like your first idea is usually the worst. So
yeah, that's not.
It's accurate. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's usually just whenever you have to like make new connections in order to do something creative, because your first thought is probably something that is someone else's first thought. So that's just like an art tip. So I'm thinking that like it's got sort of these like blocks on its head that it can kind of like push together to make a cube. It's like your slices of the cubes. You know it was gonna look horrifying, and like it's already there, fam. Cube Velociraptor, let's go.
So we have Pedro here, congratulating us for the Kickstarter and also asking about what Book 2 will be about. And that's a good question. We don't know yet. It's gonna be more hunts, I guess, more monsters,
yeah,
more items.
We never thought we'd get this far, right? Like full disclosure, we had like Mo, you actually wrote down a number for like our guesses. Like I think Rico was the one that created this Google Doc that was just like guessing like, all right, what are the final numbers for the Kickstarter? And all of us were like, yeah, like maybe 100K would be nice, you know, maybe like, you know, we were honestly guessing that like, you know, we would be happy, like, okay, this would be great, you know, if we were able to get this far, and then this happened, and we're all like panicked, just like, oh god. It's bigger than we ever thought it would be. So for book 2, we're like a little bit, we're still stun locked from the first bit of Kickstarter. So planning any sort of book 2 is we don't necessarily want to say yet. I certainly, like Mo, we've like discussed ideas too, as far as like, I don't know, maybe like a book of yokai, maybe like a book that hasn't really been done before, or if we should just continue on the monster hunting idea. Maybe literally do like the book of fusions that people have been constantly asking for. I don't know.
Yeah, there are a lot of options, but first let's finish this book.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys are happy, and then we can start thinking about the next one. And as you know, the next stretch goal at 1.5 million, that would be the alpha for book 2. So you will all be involved into the creation of book 2.
Mm-hmm.
We will make polls. We will make little questions that we will give you, so you can guide us and tell us what you like and what you would like to see next.
Right. It's also as we start to get like feedback from playtesting and everything, seeing what like, and also just gauging people's interests as well, like things that we didn't expect people to want in the book, but there's no way we can include it in this one. And like, yeah, that would be sort of our. Oh. It's always good to get feedback from prospective audience. Huge holding, yeah, exactly. Is book 2 gonna have its own Kickstarter? Yes, but so it's obviously not gonna be included with this one. It would probably have its own Kickstarter. The idea for the alpha is was something that was given to us by Rico, who helped develop Humblewood, and the book 2 alpha is sort of like a early access content, similar to like how the taster was with Shadow of the Broodmother. We'd sort of show you the first glimpses of what we have for the second book, and give you guys first-hand access to that. It'd also give us the resources to, you know, put the funding towards book 2, so we don't have to do what we did for book 1 and like barely scrape by as we try to like work on the front end of the book, which was, it was a little bit of a nightmare. I know. It was really hard, especially for you, Mo, to manage a Patreon and the book at the same time. So it'll be nice not to have that stress on our end. That's for sure. But yeah, and then you get like a fun taster as well. Aw, thank you so much, Dragon Gamer. Yeah, you keep being awesome, because D&D is great, and it's like cheap therapy with friends, I think. Where you can.
So we have the third member of the team that just joined us, Max, the writer. So if you have very specific questions about writing, it's now, because he's not staying long.
Oh yeah, say hello, Max. He's helping out. Oh
Can
no.
we hear him?
I don't know if we can hear him yet.
Just as you asked me to say hello, I got a call. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're
good.
too busy for our escapades.
Yeah. Literally, you were saying, yeah, say hello, and then call. So,
But yeah, so Max is our writer. He's the one that like gives a dejected sigh every time that the artists are like, we should do this thing. It's just like, oh my god.
my excited sighs obviously need work.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, while we've got you over. Oh, also, Scene Fry, thank you so much. Looking forward to the book. You guys are too sweet. My goodness.
I'm seeing questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. What is your opinion of the archetypes in Grim Hollow Player's Handbook?
I have not read that.
We've not read Grim Hollow. We get asked that a lot because there's a lot of comparisons between Grim Hollow and our book. And I'll be perfectly honest, like it's not out of any sort of like particulars. I just haven't had time, and I haven't gotten my hands on the book in any kind of physical form in any local shops, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. So I guess put a pin in that until I figure that out. I
actually got some feedback about, people have been finding it really hard to find Grim Hollow. So we're going to, whichever retailers buy our book, we're going to have them on our website, so you'll know who's holding our book. Mm. That's all I know about Grim Hollow. It's really hard to find.
Yeah, I just noticed maybe it's just harder for retailers to get their hands on it.
I see a question from Sal Cordata saying formatting stuff for D&D homebrew. Well, yeah, gosh, we use InDesign, right? Yes.
Yep, we use InDesign, so that's So we did sign a contracted blood to the almighty god Adobe, and which is unfortunate, but unfortunately they're the only player in the game, really, for like professional grade page layout software.
There's another one you showed me, Jess.
Yeah, there's another one, but it's up and coming. It's getting there. It's getting there though. So I can't remember the name of it though.
If you just wanting to do homebrew, though, there's I've heard good things about. Is it GM Binder?
Oh yeah,
GM
GM Binder
Brewery?
is
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
It's all in Markdown though, so it's if you know your way around Markdown, it's going to be quick for you to learn. Otherwise, it might be better off trying InDesign.
Right. Which is always a treat. I'm trying to figure out the proportions of this thing. It's just kind of nightmarish, because it's got like the geometry in the front and like a party in the back, a Velociraptor party in the back. So I'm like, I don't.
Oh wow!
Don't.
It reminds me of Polygon a bit.
Yeah, it's very polygonal. It's yeah, the idea again, Max, because you weren't here earlier, is that because it's a fusion between Garchomp and like, which is like a sand, like a land shark essentially, kind of digs through the earth, and it creates sandstorms and earthquakes and things. Despite its color scheme, you'd think it is like a water Pokemon. It is not. It's a ground type. It's a ground dragon.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to look like a shark, which is.
Yeah, it does look like.
But yeah, it's one of my favorites just because it's got a very intimidating design to it. It's also very overpowered.
Oh, it's like a hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
Is that its eyes?
Yeah, its eyes are there. It's like
Okay.
It would be funny if it had eyes like at the tips of its.
We got a couple of questions about the monster tamer, guys.
Oh yeah, answer away, because speaking of, like, I love how like I did my stream and then Max immediately was just like, you said so many things that were wrong, and I was just like, did I do a good, Max?
The monster tamer is a full caster. Wait.
It's like, no, it's not a full cut. Yeah, I realized that as soon as I saw like the new document, and I was like, oh no, it's not.
Psych.
Also,
So someone's asking the oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say thank you, James Lukowski, for the $10. It's like, yes, very excited for the things. I'm gonna try to get through them as quickly as possible. The fusions. Anyway, Max, take it away.
Right, so yeah, someone's asking about the evolution paths for the monster tamer. Yes, they are tamer exclusive. So the way the monster tamer works is every time you level up, all your companions, that's what your effectively Pokemon are called, get training points, and you can use those to increase their hit points, their attack value, their speed, stuff like that. But the familiars we're creating that are crafted from the blood of the boss monsters you kill, those, instead of spending the points on just giving them more hit points or a higher attack modifier, they actually get more unique actions. Kind of like, when a Pokemon levels up and you can choose to replace or add a new attack to its little 4 attacks. So that's how that works.
Mm-hmm. So
And how much am I enjoying it? Well, it's
a bit overwhelming.
Monsters are not designed to be used by players. So balancing it is a challenge, but there's a good community of people kind of giving feedback, and I think it's going to end up pretty balanced.
Yeah, I'll actually be making a monster tamer for a new campaign, so I'll be able to give you some feedback as well, like firsthand, because yeah, it's I've just been noticing, just skimming through like the monsters. There's some stipulations that we're definitely gonna have to put in place for certain monsters, but thankfully, like the size category has fixed that a lot.
Yep.
I think
the big one was the petrifying.
Oh yeah, the petrifying. Also, monsters that summon other monsters is also a problem.
So that's out. Spellcasting's out, and paralysis like Medusa, if someone succeeds on a save, they're immune for 24 hours. So that's how we fix that. Jess, what subclass are you going to play?
I think I'm gonna try the Splicer just because it's the most like off the wall. It feels like as far as potential for breaking, because it's got like you can make weird things fly that shouldn't, and it's like when you're adding things, adding mechanics to things that were like designed in a certain way, it's like
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that one's a good one.
Try and break it. That's where we're at the moment.
Yeah. Try to break it as fast as possible. Break it faster. But yeah, I'm almost tempted to like have like a translucency where you can see like the other side of its skull in the middle of the ooze. I think I'd like
floating.
It's all gross.
Max, we had a question for you about multiclassing and the monster tamer. How would that be?
So this might change, but currently a monster tamer can choose its spellcasting ability stat. So that means that you can, if you want to, use any of your mental stats as the stat for multiclassing. So currently, for people that don't know, if you want to, say, become a rogue, then you need to have a dex of 13 in order to multiclass into rogue. With the monster tamer, it will be any of wisdom, intelligence, or charisma. Whichever one you choose must become your spellcasting ability. Yep, that's that.
Nice. It's always nice. I think it's the feedback from the other stream was that people really enjoyed that because it's very limiting because when you have a character locked into a certain stat, especially when charisma is such a useful stat for spellcasting, it can lock you into things you don't necessarily want for a character. So yeah, it's always good.
Which one will you choose for your splicer?
Aidan, I choose strength. That's my mental ability. God damn it, Aidan. You said to break it faster, not that fast.
It's funny.
But it's good. Yeah. Also, I'm not sure. I think I'll probably just do the sketches of these and then roll up some new creatures as well. 'Cause I can do sketches like pretty fast. Also, its legs are so small.
Jess, you can do everything fast. I don't think people know this about you.
I could do it fast and badly. That's how it works.
I disagree.
Fast and good.
There's been times where we've been like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to have this for like the next update, and Jess will say, oh yeah, give me a minute. And like 20 minutes later, got this very, like, better than I could ever do sketch. Half-rendered sketch.
Here you go. We're just like, I don't know if we're gonna keep that style for the book. That's another thing too. I guess we are gonna keep some of that as like some of the cute watercolory art for the some of the filler pieces because they're kind of funny and they're very endearing. I think that's a little bit how that separates us from like campaigns that are like Grim Hollow, where everything's very gritty and serious. And to be honest, with a lot of the monsters, we're going to be taking the piss, and it's like it's just like okay.
There is a good mix of moods in the adventure. So someone is asking, will there be, so it's Dragon Daisho, will there be rules available for converting other monsters into tamer familiars? And the answer, short answer is yes, long answer is Max.
Oh, Max will give me a long answer, that's for sure.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
you can. Every monster in D&D can be tamed. The limits are its size, its CR, and you can't do humanoids or giants because that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, we don't want to endorse that kind of play, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's if the DM lets you do it, that's on the DM. But like rules is written, we're not gonna allow that.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to make some sort of big bad evil guy that does capture humanoids, you can do that.
Yeah,
but it is evil.
It makes like a great villain. Like that's just like, oh god, like they're rounding up all these people. Like that's no good.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stop them fast. What about elementals? They count.
You can grab them.
You can grab those.
No, a Tarask is unfortunately outside of the CR range. Lazygator just asked. The top CR is CR 6, so it matches the CR of the wild shape for the druid.
Right.
But we do have a baby Tarask.
So
We do have a baby.
So you can have like a pseudo Tarask if you want to. It's an option for sure. I keep trying to decide whether or not I want the legs to like be long or small. Like Garchomp's like pretty thick though. He's got like some thick legs.
Yeah, he's got some. I bet he's got a great vertical. I bet he can dunk. Look at those.
He can definitely dunk.
He looks like Tudors
insane.
when they would wear those really puffy pants back in the
like MC Hammer.
Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Oh, that I was thinking.
I'm gonna ride on a gargantuan purple worm. I'm like, okay. I also feel kind of weird with pixies and such. I guess it's intelligence. Yeah, but like usually a lot of the Fae are assholes, so like, it's kind of my thoughts are like of pixies very much come from Labyrinth, where they were just like assholes and like biting people. It's just like, no, maybe they should be like put in their place a little bit. Also, it is a little bit weird to like capture hags potentially. Like you could capture a green hag, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I think there might have to be a little sidebar, saying like, we can't cover all the bases, so if you think something is a bit uncool to be tamed.
The same idea applies to like Pokemon, right? Where it's
like Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime and Jinx and like Machoke. It's like these are very humanoid looking creatures, and it's like it's a little bit odd. I'm gonna change.
And most legendaries are sentient, but you still capture them, so it's like...
Yeah, especially Mewtwo. Like, and Alakazam, those are pretty, like... They're pretty sentient. Those are, like, even more sentient than people. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also capture gods in Pokemon, so I don't know how that goes into D&D.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how that converts. Then again, Pokemon, like, isn't very... It isn't very balanced. Like in order, you couldn't for a lot of like tournaments and things. You can't use a lot of the legendaries. So
a lot of people say limited by intelligence too, and we looked into that, and it didn't really work. There's just there's too much overlap.
Hey Dan, you should add a note at the bottom saying that you just don't think about it, okay? Oh my God.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, great question for Mo. What inspired you to make Heliana, both the guidebook and the character, by G. Lanarone? 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 I don't know. No, Heliana. Is he gone?
Oh no, did Mo I think most of the inspiration came from like the lack thereof of like an orc protagonist as the like a half orc protagonist as being the center piece, and also a character that's like a lady and thick as well. Like I think there was like a lot.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I think there was like and also just thinking of a character that would be in that sort of space. I think that was most.
When
of it.
when it comes to characters, when I'm working with Max, we usually just try to make an interesting character instead of thinking of inspirations or what it should look like. It's more like, what is this character about? And then once we have what the character is about, you basically have a mental image on how the character should look and behave and wear and all that stuff. So it just comes naturally, I guess.
Not to humble brag or anything.
Oh no, it's not a humble. It's more like when you get, when you're like reading a book and you get a mental image of a character. Like at some point, it makes sense to you what someone looks like, and
yeah, and I get it.
Heliana's pretty unique in that she's almost the only character in the book whose name isn't a pun of some sort.
Yeah, all the other ones are like joke names.
Yeah. Like Mulch, the druid that specializes in detritus and decay. Dr. Dulox.
Dr. Dulox. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is because it's something you encountered with other books, Max, is that a lot of the names aren't the made-up names aren't helpful in helping not only players but a DM to remember who they are, and so
Tome of Beast 2.
Well, yeah, because Tome of Beast 2 has, I think a lot of them are based on actual mythical creatures, but unfortunately, like you get overwhelmed with names that just don't stick, and it's you get tumbled through the fantasy name generator, and it's a problem. That's for sure.
It's like Welsh at some points. It's just an array of consonants, and you're like, "What is that?"
I don't know. I feel like Mo could tell us, like, listen, English is just as like bizarre. All right.
Every language is bizarre for someone.
Exactly, but.
So somebody's saying, wait, Heliana is not a pun with like H double L.
Yeah. Well, I think I remember us trying to come up with a name for Heliana and just kind of figuring out what would rhyme with,
I remember
or like
that.
what would sound good with hunting, and it was just like, and we just found a name and it was just like, oh, this sounds good, and also it was. We found out quickly through the sponsors that it's very hard to pronounce for people.
Helena.
It's always Helena, and it's like, oh,
thanks Z.
We love you, Z. It's
Z.
but yes, it was just like, oh, we discovered so many different ways to pronounce the name of our book that we didn't account for. So, but yeah, because I also on the name train topic, I feel like a lot of the times the names just devolve to that anyway. Like players, will just give that character a name, like a dumb made up name. I don't know. I'm guilty of this, just to remember what that character's name is. So we're just cutting out the middleman, right? So we're giving them a dumb name to begin with.
So, someone is saying, is it a coincidence that all the books from the Deck of Many start with an H? The plot thickens.
Oh my god.
There is a pattern there, conspiration.
It's
Hception.
H just, I don't know. It's a Humblewood, Hexbound, Heckna, Helia. Oh my god!
We did something.
Holy crap! Oh, there's another H. The plot thickens. Also, thank you, Dragon Dice Shoe. No problem about the redundant questions. You're fine.
I've got two. There's two questions that I've seen. One is very specific that I think I can answer. And one is, I think, for everyone. I'll do the one that I can answer first. The tracking mechanics. Preview suggests a failure always results in a hostile encounter. Is it not possible to just lose track of your quarry and not have a hostile encounter? By Leonardo. Leonardo, we've written 11 adventures. If you lost track of your quarry and never found it, that would be so much of our work that had gone down the drain. If you never got to the boss fight. if you're chasing something, by all means do it. And in fact, we have an optional rule for critical failure where you can do that. But yeah, no. In terms of implementing them to find our big monster boss fights, we don't want people missing out on those.
Right.
But,
well, that's the thing, right? It's a little bit different translating mechanics of a game onto D&D, because in a game, you can lose out on a fight. It's like, oh, okay, that was only like a couple minutes down the drain. You lose out on a monster encounter or some sort of fun thing at a table. That just sucks. Like, you wasted like what, 3 hours? Like, that's a difference between a couple minutes and 3 hours, and that's like, that's not implementation we like want to do. So, for your DM, if your DM decides to like maybe try some of that out, that's fine. Like, you know, but we kind of want to like encourage fun gameplay, I feel like.
That's the leading question, isn't it? Whenever we design anything, is it fun? And if the answer's no or yes, but only if everyone does these exact things, then it's not a good mechanic.
A lot of people are saying if I bring if I want to be published by Hit Point Press, I just need a product that starts with H.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's Hit Point Press weakness.
Oh my god.
You need to change your name to start with H as well. In fact, your registration on your car should start with H. That's the way in, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. It's Humperdinck's Wares is also, or so it's just the thought thinkins, you know, like.
Next book, Humperdinck's Guide. So leading on from that question, Jess, what advice would you give to somebody thinking of making their own name's guide to blank?
I feel as though I'm flying at the seat of my pants, so I don't even know like what good advice I could give. Honestly, the advice that I would give for people like first developing a book is to really think about like what's missing from the core of D&D that would be fun. And I think a lot of the monster hunting thing has just come about from not only people being like, for me at least, being frustrated at monsters just becoming XP farms, and you having to like, you know, you kill a monster and then it's done. It's like, okay, you go back to wherever you went and tell them you killed the monster, but like, and then you get gold for it, and then you gotta go shop. But then it cuts out the middleman. If you go kill the monster, bring back parts of the monster, be like, look at all this cool shit I've got, and then go and craft that stuff, it's a lot more engaging for players, right? So it just sort of made sense in a mechanical standpoint. You really have to think about, when you play D&D, what are some of the things that can be retooled to be better? And when you offer that as a book, as a supplement, as a campaign guide, whatever, think about it from the perspective of the customer who wants to implement something to help their games. That's my quick and easy spiel. You really have to think about it in terms of how another person sees the product and presenting that as best as possible to get that done. That said, I think I'm ready to. This is good enough as a sketch. It's terrifying, but it's good enough as a sketch for now. So I think I might. I think I might try to roll up another one, guys. Oh god.
Let's go.
Let me look at the mega table as well, because I don't know. I think it's 1,000. Yeah, it's roughly. I know I don't have it quite as many. Yeah, the D&D one ends prematurely because there doesn't exist enough official 5e monsters for that to happen. Or I think it does, but I cut out the ones from Acquisitions Inc. and like Rick and Morty's and stuff like that. I think all of the ones that were like, I don't know if I want to include these monsters. But most of the official supplements are in there. Okay, so I'll roll 1,000. If I roll over, it is what it is. So first one is the Pokemon, which I'm sure is well over 1,000. Let me double check first. Yeah, they are in. Oh God. Yeah, it's right under. So okay. Actually, no. Yes. Yes. Okay. I was just making sure I was looking at the right one. Oh God. All right. So rolling. 3. So 9, 1, 16. Oh, it's gonna be a really late one. Jesus. Okay, so we are. It's probably a Sword and Shield one. Most likely. The best generation of Pokemon, I say. Oh, boy howdy. Joe's gonna be so proud. It's his favorite Pokemon. Am I pronouncing it correctly? It's Surfetched! Oh, look at this boy. Look at him.
Oh, that one is great.
He's beautiful. Alright. Let me,
Wait, is this Farfetched's evolution?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Man,
Look at him, he's so proud.
I haven't played Pokemon since, like, Crystal. That's the
Yes.
one after Red and Blue, if anyone's too young to know this. I
this
feel
is one of
old.
my favorites.
Yeah.
Surfetch, yeah, it's the evolution of Farfetch. Got an evolution and he looks great. Alright. Let me...
The eyebrow game is strong with this
The
one.
eyebrow game is very strong.
Give you a run for your money, Mo.
We got Surfetch. What is the next one? 611. For the DnD creature. I think there exists enough. I could probably... It's more fun to scroll. I could probably just search. No, 611. Oh, I have no idea what in the world that is. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
What is it?
Polucarenos. It's from Mythic Odyssey of Theranos. Is that thing? It looks like a Hydra. Lucan. Oh, the World Eater. Oh, Jesus.
Oh gosh.
What? It's beautiful.
That's gonna be something.
Oh no. It's Beautimus. This is the Magic Gathering art, but it still works. Oh, he's beautiful. I have no idea what. Okay, legendary creature. What does it say about it? Well, because. Oh God.
Oh yeah, it has the grows 2 heads back thing when one gets chopped off. It looks like.
Yeah, it's like it's literally a Hydra.
Yeah.
I
It's a
think.
terrestrial hydra.
Yeah, let me look at specifically D&D if there's a.
Let's see.
But let's see. It's got. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the. It's got acid breath, hold breath, legendary resistances, multiple heads. So yeah, it seems like essentially a Hydra. Except it's a little bit more spicy. So we've got the World Eater. It's the mortal manifestation of eternal, the eternal ideal of a Hydra. So it is like the end all be all Hydra. Lord.
Man, you get to draw so many eyebrows this time. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, like what the heck? Oh my god. Alright, let me get a good image for this one. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Lord. And by the way, for people that aren't aware, this is Procreate. It's nice. I'm using it on my iPad. All right. I don't even know where to begin with this. So okay, Sirfetch'd is after like seriously honing training of a Farfetch'd, the original in arcade like the Farfetch'd is based on like a Japanese like I think it's an idiom where it Farfetch'd is the idea of like encountering something so absurd like a duck with a leak in its mouth ready to be cooked. That's sort of the idea. It's I'm trying to think of the American equivalent. It's like saying when pigs fly. Essentially that's the same idiom when a duck holds a leak in its mouth. It's so I feel like that's only appropriate for this absurdity. This is I don't even
Cobaltcom is saying that Sirfetch'd is the platonic ideal, while Polukranos is the platonic ideal of a Hydra, so they mesh well together.
Yeah, they wish. Yeah, like it's the top tier of each of their categories, but like how to mesh them together in a way that's coherent. I'm trying to think. Like, oh god.
Oh, I like that one. That's lawful good Hydra.
Lawful good Hydra. Yeah, because Sirfetch'd is like the knight in shining armor. Also, thank you so much for the $10. Oh, good grief, Gabriel Regelli. Yeah, Lucaranos. I didn't know what it was at first. I hadn't heard it before. There's a lot of monsters I haven't heard of before. I'm sure it's actually the name of it in mythology. I'm just bad with names. Oh god.
Jess, I've got to go, but it was lovely to meet all your fans.
Yeah, it's all good. So, and like, whenever you want to drop in for another stream, I'm sure we'll be discussing Heliana's Guide while we undergo development.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, take care, Max.
If you have more questions, guys, we have a Discord. I'm sure Jess can do something to give you that address. But yeah,
it's on the Kickstarter page. It's at the very bottom.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Kickstarter page, monsterhunting5e.com. Go to the bottom, click the link.
It's on the link in the description. Oh god, Joe's here. Thank you so much, Joe, for the $20. I'm drawing your favorite Pokemon, by the way. I managed to roll it. Good lord. Also, yeah. So take care, Max. I gotta decide what in the world to do with this.
You'll kill it. Don't worry. Bye, guys.
Oh my god. I kind of actually. This is dumb, but like, the absolute like most terrifying version of a duck is a goose. So I'm thinking Goose Hydra. Just level with me here.
Like, actually, someone suggested that, so I think.
Oh, did they really? I must have missed it.
Yeah, so you're onto something.
I'm sorry if I missed that idea, but it's a good one. It does exist. I'm so happy.
Goose.
I was curious.
Hydra, yes.
Yes. The most terrifying apex predator. This is a good pose. Look at that. This monster. You know, it's just like you don't even have to change anything about it. It's literally its superior form. Also the
Oh yeah, they are menacing.
They are very menacing.
They're just dinosaurs with feathers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good. Goose Piece was never an option. It was good. Also, alright, here we go. I had to restart the music. This music was like, "Are you still listening?" And I'm like, "Yes, YouTube." Alright. It's good.
Someone is saying, so Haru Takami is saying he grabbed the undead version of Polukranos. It's called Polukranos Unchained. So that's not the vanilla
It's not
version.
the official one. Yeah, I remember what the other one looks like.
Yeah, but it looks nice.
But it's close enough. And it was the highest res one I could find quickly. Yeah, this one's the Unchained version. I saw, I think the 5e tools had the official one, which is just the, I think the cover art for, Mythic Guides of Ther. I can't remember its name. The Greek setting one.
Terras, Mythic Odyssey of Terras.
Yes. I'm bad with names. Also, I kind of want to do its heads as its goose heads as swords, just because. It just feels appropriate. Also, maybe incorporating the leek nature of it. Maybe it's a plant. We've got Goose Hydra. Truly terrifying. Truly a monster. Kinda want its back half to also be a goose head. And it's just nothing but geese. Untitled Goose Game, step up. Oh lord. Oh, give him brows. Yeah, the sword being its beak. God, this is horrifying. An eyebrow game.
I feel like this is going to be my favorite. So, just looking at the sketch, I know this will be my favorite.
Oh god, it's a time. We already did Hydra Hydragon. I mean, this is just next level. So I need to make this Oh god. Kind of want to do its neck to be skinny, almost like a almost like the hilt of a sword. God. It's a little bit odd to translate bird anatomy onto an inanimate object, but I guess it works. It works well enough.
What's your favorite subclass from the Monster Tamer? Is a question asked by Heliana.
You're doing good pronouncing these names. You don't make it easy for us. Also, thank you, Zio, for the $10. Heard of the False Hydra? Oh yes, I have heard of the False Hydra. One of the scariest things to run in a D&D campaign. So, my favorite subclass, I haven't gotten a chance to try them yet, but I really want to try a Splicer, which is the one, where you can graft random things onto your, creature. It's essentially the main, the one that focuses the most on evolution. And making, horrible mutations out of your creatures. So, it takes a lot of inspiration from the Artificer. So yeah, I think that one's my favorite.
So basically, you can remake your fusion monsters in D&D with that.
Kind of. You can always reflavor them as the fusions. That's for sure. That's always an option. Things. The last thing you hear before you die is a honk. The Giga Honk. I actually had a campaign. The players never got to it, but it was essentially with Galbox, and they worshipped a giant, a goose god. So this feels pretty appropriate as a goose god. It's like a goose chimera. Good. Honk Apocalypse. Should make D&D and Dark Souls fusions. I think that's on the list. On the Mega Fusions list. I feel like that would make all the Pokemon edgy. Like, unspeakably edgy. It's like... I can't decide if I should do the neck as the thing, or should do like as the hilt of the sword, or if I should do like a horn, or like a, maybe some just feathers. It almost looks like a heron. And just kind of... The goose's neck is very serpentine. I remember, like, on my mom's property, we would get geese that would show up all the time. And they were terrifying, because they don't have any sort of sense that the world belongs to them, and they will let you know. And one of the odd things about geese is that as like a extra scare tactic, they will actually like hunker down and use their like black neck to look like a snake whenever they're defending their nest, and so they emit that hiss noise, and it's really weird behavior to like watch, because you're just like, oh what? So on top of being like terrifying creatures, geese also try to mimic snakes, which is crazy.
So easiest stat block to make, right? They already have built-in abilities. You don't have to
Exactly.
invent
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
They already have like different like mimicry and false appearance snake. It only makes sense that it's replicating a hydra. That's for sure. Good lord. The spider-tailed horned viper, good lord. Ah. Bird nerd here can confirm. Looks more like a heron. Yeah, it's because of the long beak and the tufts of the head. But herons are also terrifying, so if you've ever like scared a heron, they sound like pterodactyls. Legitimately, they they squawk like a dinosaur, and you're just like, oh good lord, that didn't sound like that would come out of that. It's like a really deep, raspy noise. Yeah, birds are just scary. We love them, but if evolution worked differently, we would definitely be bowing down to our bird overlords. That's all I'm saying. Oh god. Beaks look like abandoned swords that like yeah, that could also be a fun one. That reminds me of like I did make a like sword mimic, the rust monster type deal. That looked like a sword's sheath. That was a bit along those lines.
So we have the most important question so far by Leonardo. Will 5 baby ducks be able to take it down?
No. If anything, those like we need more ducks to take on anything that resembles a goose. That's for sure. Even if it's mostly looks like a heron. So I need like another.
Do we plan to reveal the final few monsters before the book comes out, or are we keeping them a surprise? That depends. We will definitely show some stuff as we, as
we finish
maybe
development.
We'll keep 1 or 2 surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have talked about a little bit of what we're planning on stream, so I think on like subsequent streams, I can definitely see like a Heliana's update stream talking about the monsters. And this is kind of a question for DMs as well, because we're kind of two minds, right? Where we don't want to give everything away just in case like DMs want to keep it under wraps for players. I don't know, that's a good question to ask chat, how people feel about that. Would you rather like be surprised for the book and make sure like, you know, all of the things, or would you like us to do some updates and let you know, like show off some of the new creatures? Because it's an option. Oh, here, I can zoom out so you can see the combo is, oh god, what is the name of it again? Can't remember. It's got a weird, Pulcaneros. It almost sounds like poultry. Pulcaneros.
Polocranos.
Polocranos. I can't English. This is one rotten egg, yeah.
Yes, the monster tamers have spellcasting. They are half casters, so they can cast a lot of support spells. They can cast. They have a unique ability that allows them to cast or touch directly onto their familiars.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun time. So, oh god.
So someone's saying that this monster should be called Poultry Kranos, which I think is fitting.
Yeah, that works. Poultry Kranos. Poltraken. I don't know. Maybe something with poultry and like swords, that's for sure. It has false appearance where it looks like a cluster of swords on the ground.
I really like that shield on the. What do you call that part of the bird? I know it has scientific
The breast, I guess. It's like you would like a chicken breast. I was trying to think if it would be like grass, and I'm kind of thinking to incorporate all of that. It would actually like be green and kind of resemble maybe like grass and leaves. Just like when it's similar to the fake fireplace, like fake God, I can't remember the cynical one. I can't remember names even of my own creatures. Where it kind of had like sticks and things that it had for its fur, like matted fur. What is Heliana's class? Heliana's class is a monster tamer. So, but Heliana is more, there is a subclass for the monster tamer that is more fighting focused, so more close combat. Yeah, she's definitely a leader subclass, monster tamer class. So, with all the things. With the things. Oh, the Campbriar, yes. I honestly, like, the name is always the last thing I think of, and I'm trying to think, like, what is the worst thing I could call this thing? That's why I always forget what I end up naming them. It's like, oh god. Usually I try to think of the name as I'm like creating it, and then I just like write it down later.
Is there lore on how Heliana broke her arms? Yes, you just have to look at the cover, the main cover of the book, not the deluxe one, and you can see what happened to Heliana's.
Yeah, she faced off with a magnetite dragon, and it didn't go well at all.
It wasn't an easy fight.
No. Yeah, that's one of the more fun mechanics of the magnetite dragon, is that it's really difficult to land a hit, And because your sword is constantly flying back at your face. Juliana Turner, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Is that no? It is not. I don't think it wasn't my voice. It was something that I took from Subnautica. I think there's a couple monsters that use my voice just modded. I think like the Sentinel was just my voice but modded. I think. I'm trying to remember. No. It's been a long time. That one the Sentinel might have been actually something I took from Dungeon Keeper. I can't remember. But yeah, it's usually just like things that I find. And for the Heliana's book though, all of those won't be taken from games. They will be ones that I create from scratch, which will be a fun time. Most of the creature sounds that I make though are blended to hell and back anyway. Especially some of the more recent ones. A lot of them are very custom. So I've gotten a little bit better at making creature sounds in that regard. Yeah. Taking the monocle for the predict doesn't count. Fair enough. I love how you guys know my videos more than I do, just because whenever I upload a video, I like never want to see it again. I'm like, oh, I feel the crippling dread of like I see all of the flaws, and I'm like, I can't ever watch this again. I'm just like, yep, this is done. I'm just gonna post it. Oh my god. That's what happens in the back end creative process of me just like slapping things at a wall and just being like, all right, this is probably fine. You know, it's good enough, I think. That's the secret formula to my creative process. I don't think I know the Mega Hydra has extra legs. I don't know if this needs extra legs. I kind of like it just with like a normal goose body. It is very terrifying. Lord. Yeah, the idea of it being like having a little bit of harder exterior as the shield on its belly, and then having swords as well. Whenever I get to the refining stage of this, I'll clean it up a little bit better. But that's alright. This is designs may change, as we keep saying. And this thing it has tiny wings. I'm not sure how well it can fly, but I always question how in the world a goose can fly. And they're chonkers, so... it has tiny wings. It's like a bee. It could still fly. maybe just its flight speed is not very fast. But yeah. This could be a fun, like, small-sized monster. So I knocked out my leek wings. Yeah, I could definitely see its wings being more grassy. But...
So what's your favorite monster in the book?
My favorite monster in the book? That's like picking a favorite child. That's like not fair.
I kinda agree.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
So we have monsters for every kind of game, so it depends on the game. You know, if you want something serious, we have, you know, like the Magnetite Dragon. That one would be my go-to. Or if you want something horrific and scary, we have the Broodmother. So it really depends for what purpose you want the monster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and for people that are joining the stream late, this is Mo. He's helping us work on the project. He's like one of the main three trio, and I'm one of the three. Gonna be. I forgot what you had as your moniker. It was like item food crafter chef. I don't know.
Yeah, mostly the item maker. Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly don't know what monster I would pick. I think I really like the Rakshasa adventure. We haven't told anyone about yet. Just if we so I'll speak on that on a different date, I suppose, on a different stream. I really like the designs that I've got going for that as well. Also because cats. Let me go back to the dice roller. All right. 4. Thank you, dice roller. Yeah. By the way, the dice roller that I've always been using is just it's just the Google Dice Roller. That's all. People keep asking me, and it's like, no, it's just the Google Dice Roller. That's all it is. Is there a monster in the book based around speed? I don't think so.
Do we have a speedy boy? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. I don't think so. I don't think there is. Most of them are pretty gigantic, with the exception being the Rakshasa, who's tiny. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think any of them are really based on speed. Sorry, just straight up speed demon, quickling. The most terrifying version of Sonic. But
we gotta make that.
Oh God, no. I feel like fast monsters are just frustrating for players because they're constantly being outrun by the monster. But anyway, okay. Next set of rolls. I think I can do maybe based on like the timetable. I can probably do one more. But we'll see if I can like do speed round through some of these. All right, rolling. Okay. So 580. I always hate how it's a 10. That always never fails to confuse people. It'd be like, why isn't it 5,008? 810. Like, no, that's not how. It's not how D10s work when doing percentile rolls. All right. I'm sure people are actually gonna get it faster than I do, but this is the Pokemon first. So that's 5. Oh no, I hate this Pokemon. Conkeldurr. God.
Oh no, he's good. Come on.
He's ugly.
He is ugly, but he's goofy. It's so random. I like it.
It's so ugly. You like this one, Mo?
It's not that I like it. I find it so awkward and unsettling and uncanny. That it just doesn't make sense. Like
he's got flesh and like veins and stuff. Like what were they
exactly.
thinking?
It's so weird.
Oh. God.
And how does a Pokemon evolve in the nature to decide to be a construction?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not natural to use. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or like the second form, which is like Girder. It's like, what? Why? I guess it just likes building things. It played too much Fortnite. That's why. All right. Oh God. Let's see what it's gonna be meshed with. 262. All right,
This
so
is gonna be fun.
that's closer to the top. So that means maybe. No, they are in alphabetical order. That's right. I did change them to be alphabetical order. Oh no. All right. It's an elemental. It's a fire snake. Oh,
Fire
I remember
snake.
these.
Funk.
They have a fun design. It is from the classic monster manual. So alright, let's give reference. Fire snake.
So the chat is saying that actually it's Conkeldurr that taught people to use concrete in the Pokemon universe. So he's not that stupid. He's actually a science boy. He's the one that taught people how to do building
construction. Oh my god. So like humans wouldn't have houses instead of like. It's such a weird. But yeah, I love the designs of fire snakes. Again, it's in the class of salamanders, but they are. Let's see, aren't they? Yeah, they are the subadult for a salamander. But it's essentially the same sort of situation. Okay, this is a weird combo. I say that for every single fusion, but like, except for like the time we got like Lapras and like the like Charon, like, you know, the Ferryman of the Dead. Like
that one was great.
I'm like, I feel like that's like a normal combo. I'm like, okay, they're both themed around transportation, or like the Hydra and Hydreigon. Like that's okay. But then, oh god, then you got like this, where you're just like, okay, snake and construction worker. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of other like aspects of like construction work.
So there is a great idea in chat. Someone is saying, oh, I lost it, but it's fire plus concrete, so that's like welding. I think you pronounced it welding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that could be also a construction worker themed monster.
Yeah, that's a good one. Think of other. I'm trying how to like blend that into a coherent creature though. I'm just like, 'cause that was also my thought. Like, okay, molten. You got your ground. Wait, is it ground? I think it's just straight fighting. Let me double check. Conkeldurr. Yeah, he's just fighting. Which is, it's so deceptive because he's got these big ol' stacks of concrete. Oh god, all the ads. Disgusting. Alright. It's only 4'7". It does not look like he's 4'7". The Pokemon sizings make no sense. Okay. I'm thinking like... I'm trying to think of what translates to like a D&D monster as well. It's like a multi-layered process of like, okay, what's something that can like also interact with players? What like...
Should it be like a construct or a golem of some sort to work with D&D?
Well, this is an elemental, so it can just be like an elemental of like metal, which I don't think has been done in D&D. Well, I'm sure it has in other editions, but not for 5e. Like an elemental of metal, essentially. You're breaking my heart here. I'm sorry. Snake with buff arms. Snake with a big, something about the city of brass. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I forgetting about an golems? Golems are elementals. I'm literally an idiot. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I totally blanked on elementals. I like angry. Chat is angry because I totally forgot like those adorable boys. Okay, well, I have two ideas then. You could have a snake, a fire snake piloting a golem, which is a choice. Danger Noodle swims in lava. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A house building elemental, but sort of translating that in a way that like, would be interesting. Because like salamanders and like fire snakes are very destructive. Like they are prisoners of Ifrits. They are they're very much of the plane of fire. And then you got inversely Conkeldurr that builds things. So you got two opposites. And I feel like a fire-powered, it's like steam-powered golem has been done before, and I'm trying to think of like other things outside of that. Right. In terms of that, I'm trying to, 'cause I think what might be interesting is to almost have like a serpent, like a world serpent, who carries structures on its back.
Ooh.
Like it devours metal and debris, and it becomes it sort of protuberous on its back, or something like that. Just my like first thoughts, and then it constructs it that way. Perhaps, I don't know if that involves enough of the Conkeldurr aspect. I'm trying to think, because Conkeldurr is big boy, and I'm trying to think if there's any other way to like integrate the Conkeldurr aspect in a cohesive way, essentially.
Oh, you're onto something.
Yeah, White Oak, thank you for the $2. Snake Mage up flaming stone rooms. Yeah, it could be. Furnace Snake. It's a snake train. Cause it is like a fighter. I just have trains on the brain, I suppose. I just like trains. I do, though.
Choo-choo snake.
Choo-choo snake. And that there's like workers on top of it as like fire elementals. I don't. Yeah, it's a complicated concept. And I don't want to just do a golem, because I feel like that's cheating. Even though all of you got mad at me for not remembering what, how golems work. Oh god. I always forget that, like, to me golems are constructs. They are, I forget that they have their basis as an elemental. A lot of the times. I even, like, made one, like, an air golem that was like that in my campaign, and I just, like, totally blanked.
I mean, golems feel like a mix of both, to be honest. They're like elemental constructs. They're not natural occurrences, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. That is true. I think of how big this thing would be. Technically, like, both of these creatures aren't big. They're on the smaller end. So if I don't know if I should do something so huge. Maybe something like a smaller creature. Again, first idea is always the worst. Except for the, apparently the goose, which I was just down for. It's like, no, Hydra Goose. I almost want to do... I'm sorry, it's a lot of me hemming and hawing, but that's how the process works. I almost want, like, a fire snake that, that does all sorts of like repair work or like for mending constructs. Like it's almost like this small like creature that like slithers over things and like welds them together. It's going back to some of like the first ideas. And it's like, it helps build the things. I don't know how like the fighting type comes into it, but I suppose it's... Wait. Even better. It's a symbiotic relationship. This is how my idea process works. I'm so sorry. It's very chaotic. It's like, wait. There's more. So, essentially, you can imagine like a construct, body, in a sense, but it's sort of covered with all of these, like, they look like fire slugs, which slither over it and repair it, essentially. You can easily like re-weld parts or weld new parts onto it.
Oh. Okay.
Kind of, yeah, like a little bit of like the Star Swarm vibes, a little bit. Where they're like made out of worms, but it's instead it's repairing slugs, like weird snake slug things that are molten.
That's funny because we literally just made an item like that a few days ago with Max, and it's like you have this armor blessed by Lolt, and when you get damage you have like tiny spiders that just go out and help you, you know, with everything.
Oh, the little baby spiders. It's like, it's good. I hope all the spiders look like little jumping spiders.
I think you received 2 messages, like top messages at the
Oh,
top chats.
Snake. I keep missing. I keep looking away. I'm so sorry. A
David
snake that
Watcher.
protects and repairs its ancient buildings. Oh yeah, that could also be a good one. Like I feel like this is like sort of the example, but the actual creature is just the repair snake. Where you can use it with in conjunction with constructs, but it also is like sort of its own standalone creature that will slither over like buildings and essentially cast mending on them and like seal them up. It would suck to like run into a dungeon of these things, I feel like, just because you could walk into the dungeon and then it would seal the exit. That would be so mean. Because they're very good at repairing all holes. So, oh god. There could be different variants of these that are equipped for metal, equipped for earth. But yeah, that would suck. And like, I feel like the party would just run across these things and just be like, "Oh, they're everywhere." Like, but they seem friendly. Like they're fine. And then they find that they got it. They repair statues. They could also repair statues. But then they've sort of turned around and found out that like, guys, the way that we came is no longer is blocked off. It's like, but I would imagine that they are kind of like almost elemental constructs, and their only purpose is to replicate and repair things, and they've kind of gone rogue. Pocket worms. So maybe like some sort of wizard invented them, thinking like this is the greatest idea, or maybe they like slid it out of Mechanus. And they've started to wreak havoc. Well, noodles, worms. Oh god. Please don't go with replicators from... I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is like the replicators. It's based, you know, again, off of the early sci-fi trope of the gray goo. It's always a fun thing to throw into D&D. To make your players panic. It's like, wait, there were only like a few worms before. Now there's like 10. And they're... oh god. Imagine if like, oh god, they slithered over a player and it was like a dirt one and it just like sealed you in the dirt. Like you tried to sleep in a dungeon and like several of these things like slithered over you and like kind of entombed you in dirt. That's an also a
like
scary...
mend your own armor? You're like entombed in your own armor.
Oh yeah, that could also
scary.
be like the metal versions being entombed in your own armor. That would suck. Certainly.
That would be scary.
But yeah. They're like probably just like passive beasts. They don't do it out of malice. They're just that's how they were built, and that's how they're gonna keep doing.
Yeah, they're just repairing. They're like, oh, you have holes in your armor. Here, let me help you.
You don't need it for a head. There's gaps in this armor. It needs to be a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the trick to,
smooth.
to defeat them is to get them to be on top of a sphere. It's just like, well, there's no holes. Gotta go home then. Lord. So anyways, that's how I became a Warforged. That's a good one.
That's the story.
Oh god, yeah, that would be a great backstory. It's like, so these things like slithered over me in the night. That would be a great NPC idea. And like, now I'm partially entombed in metal. Oh god. That would scare the shit out of any kind of like adventurers that are hanging out underground. Like, just be like they come across these miners that are covered in like metal like bits, but it looks organic. Ugh. That'd be terrifying, I would imagine. Sometimes it's like the weirdest combos that end up with like the most interesting potential
concepts. Yeah, they make you work for it, right?
They make you work for it.
Look for ideas hard. Yeah.
Yeah. You got like a Medusa going on here with this construct. You imagine it's like covered, like poor animated armor is like covered in them. Oh god. It's a good time. I adore body horror in D&D. Druids can sometimes understand them and they have angry squeaky voices. Lord. I feel like you could possibly make them of any kind of elemental type. And then there's the potential that they like repair. They're designed to repair in the area of their certain plane. Whenever they get shunted out of the wrong plane, they start repairing in places where they shouldn't. It's another idea, throwing it out there. So you got... oh god. Although I can't imagine like water or air versions of these. You find air ones underwater and they just create pockets of where there's air. They're
So
really-
what would water ones do?
I guess water. I don't know how you would repair water is the question. I guess it doesn't really work for all of the elemental types. Mostly just like the main sort of earth type elementals or fire elementals where it would be metal.
It could work though. They
could-
could
it
like
could-
be maybe
they
their
could repair
job is to
ice.
link any
As they said, Gabriel Rigel.
yeah, or they need to link lakes to oceans. Like their whole thing is like making rivers.
Oh, so saying Clockwork Thistle, air ones could be sold to give people water breathing. So they just hand you one of these things. Be like, let it slither around your head for a while. It'll be fine. And it's like, like, yeah, it'll be fine. It's good. Does the body good. It's great. It's a good time. For when you want your low-level party to have water breathing. Just like, well, we got these diving helmets, or we got this thing over here. It's real cheap. It's on sale. We can't get rid of them.
Just I think there is an issue with the main screen.
Uh-oh.
We can see you drawing, but we don't see the drawing moving or evolving.
That is odd.
Is it stuck?
Is it working now? I think it...
No.
No, it's not working.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, you did all this. Yeah, it was frozen for a long time.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I saw where it froze. I was like, wow, okay, it's been a while. People were just like... you just sitting there doing nothing. But yeah. I feel like the snake would have like belly scoots based on... So there would be like metal plates for the metal type. The more like dirt clods and rock for the earth version. Good lord. It has a lot of opportunity for weird stuff. That's for sure. Alright. Do we have time enough for one more? I think we have enough time for maybe just a one rapid fire one.
Yeah, you can do a small one.
Good lord.
Fast
Last one.
one. Jordan is asking what program do you use to share the iPad screen on stream?
Let me see what is the name of it. I think it's a PowerSoft is what I use. It does screen mirroring with the iPad, makes it a lot easier. Because I know with Procreate it can be a little bit weird. So it goes to my computer and then OBS picks it up. All right, let's do final roll for today, probably. Which
go.
awkwardly leaves us with like 4, but like, well, maybe, I could probably roll because Pokemon fusions are always 5, but should I rapid fire 2 and just kind of do rough sketches of both, or just do one? I assume you guys are gonna want 2. That's just, why am I even asking? 4 is a nice square number. Oh lord. Alright. We'll do 2 rolls at once, but only really refine one. And then I guess for the, whenever the fusion video comes out, hopefully soon, soonish after, we can expect them to be actually refined. 2, 1, 2, people are saying both.
Yeah,
Rapid.
both.
Alright. Let's just do 2. Makes it easier. Alright. Okay. Alright, so 4 through 1. So we're doing the Pokemon first. So 431. That is, let's see, that's probably 4th gen? Most likely. Just assuming here. It might be It might not be. 431 is... Oh, best burb. Star Raptor. Alright.
Oh, okay. That's a good start.
It's one of my favorite, like, starter birds. It's very cute. So I opened it instead of copying it.
It's got that emo hair.
It's got that emo hair. It's got a really great design, and it's also got really strong stats for its, like, decently strong.
Yeah, chat is excited for the verb. Best verb. Hashtag.
Verb. Yeah, I kind of like, what was the one? The Firehawk from 6th gen.
Oh, Talonflame.
Talonflame, yeah. That one was always a really good one as well. Like design, like its design was just amazing. No. Up, done. Could you not? I don't know how to work. There we go. As I scramble, there's nothing on there really. It was mostly just no. Go back to the dice roller. I accidentally Alright, you can see how inept I am with technology. Alright. So we have Talonflame. Alright, let's get the DnD monster. Oh, I don't know if it goes that far. I might have to re-roll. Don't think it goes that far. Let me double check though. It does not go that far. So re-roll. Alright, 806. It does go that far. 806 is... Oh, a vampire. What? The emo aesthetic pops off. Alright.
Vampire verb. That's a bat.
I mean, yeah, it is. Vampire. Alright. 5th edition. Alright. Oh, we got the classic. Yeah, I was like, it's literally like... Strahd wannabe. It isn't. I think it is Strahd for the monster manual they just used. Just made him look a little more generic.
So that's a lot of emo energy, though.
It's a lot of emo
Vampire
energy
plus,
in the set.
There's some edge here.
So I'll be thinking of that, but let me quickly just roll the next one as well. Oh my god. Well, I've got this up. Alright, so next Pokemon. Oh god. Oh, we got a low number. Got a real low number. Okay, so 17.
Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Oh, yeah.
Got a Gen 1.
17.
17.
Isn't that like one
That
of the
is
bugs?
literally another bird. It's Pidgeotto. Okay, chat, vote if you want another bird. Oh man. Do we? That's very similar. No.
Bird Squad.
Bird
no.
Squad?
Bird.
No,
Yes.
no.
No. Oh, no, that's fast. A lot of no's. A lot of yes.
A lot of yeses.
A lot
More
of no's.
burb. New roll, perhaps. No,
Just
don't do
duo.
it.
Reroll
Duo.
twins.
I would like another bird. More bird. Okay. How many birds have we done? We've got so many birds this round. Oh my god. That's just how it happens though, right? Okay, well, Pidgeotto. I mean, I'm here for the bird train. I just don't know how many creative things I could do for bird. For literal just
now
bird.
You just need to get a werewolf for D&D.
Look at this. Look at that one. Bless. He looks a little special. He's having a time. He's just trying to exist. I'm gonna get this one. Okay. All right. Let's group those together. Oh, it didn't take it.
So it's basically 90s slicked back hair against 2000s emo haircut.
Yeah, we've got
That's
two
the
very
theme.
very similar birds. Indeed. All right. Okay, well, it really comes down to this next roll then. I mean, if anything, I'm going to do my best to make it creative, so all right. Okay, it's a 186, which is let's do it. Oh, the roller, by the way, is in the description if you want to look at it for yourself. It's kind of a mess, but it works for me, I guess. All right, 186. Okay, so it's another edgy bird. It's a white. It's a Deathlock white, specifically. Cool. All right, then. This is... Which one? Oh, Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes is what it's from. Okay. We have 2 edge birds.
Yeah, they should just be a team at this point.
Yeah,
They should
I
be
mean, kind of.
together.
Oh my god, look at... I mean... It's pretty edgy. I don't know how, like, different I could make them. Alright. Let's see, is there... Oh, I'm sure I can get the,
Twins.
What actually is it? Oh, so it was formerly a warlock, but now exists as the existence of a white, as punishment meted out by certain patrons and necromancers. So, yeah, oh god. So that makes it very similar. It is a different flavor, though. That is a curveball. Bird
I
with
believe
skull
in you,
face.
Jeff. You can do it.
Goth boyfriends. They're both in a band together. Oh my god, they're rivals. Oh god. Yeah, I'm thinking both of them are very humanoid, but I'm like... How do I make it burb? How do I...
Oh, Pets of the Raven Queen. That's a good suggestion.
I mean,
Make them-
yeah, that would work.
They were bandmates. Yeah.
Yeah, they were bandmates.
Yeah. They got a fight and they went to do solo careers.
Indeed. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out ways how to make them... I feel like they're almost like variants of the same race, if anything, or same creature. Let me read a little bit more about... Because you've got vampire. Wait, maybe I should start on that one first, since I rolled it first. Here, 1 second. Alright, we've got Edge Boys. Look at... Oh my god. Yeah, Staraptor is just, like, known for having an attitude, and then you've got, like... you've got Strahd. You got literal Strahd over here. Now, there are actually birds that, will drink the blood of other, like, animals. Which is really, really creepy. I think they're actually a variant of, like, seagulls that do that, which is terrifying. I mean, at
That's
this point,
spooky.
would it just make a would it literally just be a sturge? Am I just gonna make a sturge?
It kinda sounds like it.
I guess it depends on how, like, humanoid I make it. I kind of... Because, like, both of these are pretty large, like, medium-sized. Alright. I'm trying to think of, like, what encapsulates a vampire? Like, what is a vampire? Vampires were originally, like, myths, like, you know, obviously a metaphor for the aristocracy draining upon the poor and working class. Sort of what they are. And they are that sort of construct and mythology. Kinku boys. Here it is. Yeah, the vampire finch. Yes. They can turn into mist. They can turn into bats and other things. Just gonna like start thinking of shapes. Because it is a very odd. I'm always thinking of like the themes of like bloodletting. And that sort of situation in order to like cure people, but perhaps it was a cure that went wrong. And
Bloodborne vibes.
Bloodborne vibes, always with the Bloodborne vibes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think through how you make it look like an aristocrat as well. Should we go more horror, or should we go more like proper like goth boy, because that's what vampires are? We can make him handsome.
Handsome
handsome
bird
bird boy. Just to be like sort of.
So we got some goth, we got some horror, goth boy, plague doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I think goth is winning. Yeah, goth is winning.
Goth
for
is
now.
winning.
Yep.
We're gonna go full goth. Goth bird. I feel like the quintessential goth bird is the Lammergeier, the bearded vulture.
So I have a question for you, Chess. What happens if a vampire bites an Aarakocra, right? That's what you're getting here. It's just like a bird
kind
vampire.
of. I kind of want to like take the concept, because that's just still a vampire, but just reskinned as a bird.
That's true.
Vulture, bearded vulture. Bearded dragon. This is like, to me, this is like the goth bird, because it eats bones, and oh, this one looks so angry. He's like, no. Like, to me, this is the true goth bird. So it's so good.
Oh, they look great.
They look so good. But I don't want to do like a literal just that. Because we gotta make it different. We gotta make it fun. We also want to make it sexy. Gotta make the bird sexy. Guess we always you gotta do like the Bishonen, like anime boy, like classic face, like chiseled features, and then you gotta get this hair swoop.
I'm sure that if we look hard enough, and investigate, there is somewhere an anime about boy band bird guts. It has to exist.
I'm
somewhere.
sure. Oh god, I got it. What about Harpy, but it's like a boy harpy? No.
What if harpy but boy? Yeah,
But boy.
That doesn't exist. Harpies are only females, right?
Oh, idea of goth peacock vulture is a good idea.
Peacock. Oh yeah. That's there's a League of Legends character, I think, inspired by a peacock.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a handsome bard, or some vibe like that.
Right. I kind of want to do the proportions wrong though. I like almost like how like the original like original ideas for a siren were, because it was just like a bird like with a lady's face stapled onto it. It's almost got chimera vibes. Um, maybe I imagine it just being like a watcher of the forest that collects blood. Ah. We'll still make him handsome. I'm just trying to get some ideas. As far as bird anatomy goes. Ah, it's good. Or with sexy emo muscles stapled onto it. Yeah, it's just the birds with arms subreddit. It's good. It's all good. And abs. We can't forget the abs.
I think you're gonna create some fanfic material with this one.
It's gonna be bad. I almost want him to have like a godly, like stately presence too. This one looks. He looks like a handsome gentleman, like this bird.
The bird writes its own fanfic. Yeah.
I think I kind of want to do like maybe a cross between bird and bat wings as well. Almost got some like. He's like
The sketch you're doing right now reminds me of the owl in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
when
it's
the
got-
owl just stretches the neck. That's awesome.
yeah, where it's got the similar to how a bird can like stretch out its neck.
Yeah, that's spooky.
It's spooky. Spooky, but it's also got some like presence to it. Can't decide what to do with its lower half though.
Here's an
Should it
egg,
have
egg-shaped.
pants? Should it just be feathers? I'm almost thinking of like Howl's bird form a little bit.
Oh
In
yes.
Howl's Moving Castle. Where it's got like we should make it Sephiroth where it's got multiple wings and some of them go around like a skirt. I definitely want to do like a little bit of wrong monster anatomy onto it just because if I do just literal like humanoid, it just looks like vampire. It's not enough of the Staraptor incorporated into it. We've almost got the seraphim like art going on. He's just like, I just need a taste of your blood. There's nothing wrong with that. It's almost like a bargaining contract, just be like, in exchange for information, I require your blood. Just a simple donation. I feel like this monster just runs like blood drives. Throughout like D&D campaigns, and it's just like, but no though. I figure out if its face should just be humanoid. I feel like that would be creepier.
Edgy pigeon. Yeah.
You pigeon.
The pose you made
got, like,
make it
the
look
show
like
and
he's
hair.
preaching something.
He's got like anime hair. I can't. It's literally like Pigeon Sephiroth. Oh no. I'm trying to figure out how to work its hair in a way that doesn't look completely stupid. Its silhouette looks better without so much busyness on its head. Maybe just like a couple. I can't decide if I want to do the Star Raptor hair or if I want to do like the classic vampire like V formation. It's a hard decision.
Follow your heart.
Follow your heart.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Pigeon Sephiroth Pog. It demands your bread.
Hatoful vampire.
Tofu vampire. It's true. Yeah, it's a weird time. Lord. I really can't decide what to do for its lower half. That's always the territory that gets like strange. Or should you like do literal like bird feet, or should you do like human feet?
What would be the most disturbing?
I think I'm gonna do like a dress of feathers and just like not worry about the lower half as much. He's got a skirt. He's got a man skirt going on. He's out here destroying gender expectations. Skirt should probably go down pretty low. Give him human legs but digigrade, yeah. Bird with pants. Birds have pants. They've got the little feather pants that come down. They're adorable. They're like these things. Like these pants. So birds already have like built-in pants. I'm kind of wondering like, should I give him human anatomy or bird anatomy for the chest? The answer is always going to be like, give him abs, but to have like multiple wings and arms like that, you would have to have like multiple pecs, technically. And it looks a little strange. So I'm like, okay. This is gonna look a little weird, but maybe that's kind of the point. Is that it's gonna look strange.
Yeah, they never do that in movies, you know, give multiple pecs. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's because the wings have to link up somewhere, and you would have like tiny little like shrimp arms if you. In order to realistically give your wings enough power for like flight. So yeah, your anatomy would be weird.
Oh yeah, you would have massive pecs in order to move the huge wings.
Mm-hmm. In theory, it would like either go under or over top of your arms. Either way, it looks a little strange. So I think I'm gonna go for under.
So Michael says he definitely skipped leg days though.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
definitely gonna skip leg day. He's got the bird legs going on. That's why he covers them up with his like,
Yeah, chicken legs.
Yeah, let's give him chicken legs. He's got little like. I think maybe I'll have him like mid-flight, so he's got like them hanging down, so it's a little bit less weird. That way he looks very godly. He looks very stately. He's got that cathedral angel vibes. This is God emo bird. I almost want to give like his face like a bird skull. I can't decide whether or not it should be like a skull or like should be like be really scary, or to be just Bishonen face. I feel like Bishonen face is even scarier, if I'm honest.
I honestly don't know. I don't want to see him in my dreams, so I'm a bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the little owl patch thingy on the top of the eye. It's great.
Yes, little owl dots. He's got the classic vampire V cut. Someone called them pecs. You. All right.
Oh, chat is going to some dark places.
Good lord. The thing is that both of these concepts, like the Pidgeotto and the other, are so similar. I can't decide. I probably would handle the other one being a little bit more bird-like, and almost negating the because the other version's pretty monstrous. So I think I got a good idea down for that one. So for this one, it's very much a bone boy. We've got. Oh jeez. So let me reread again, because it is a white, and I understand what a white is, but it's what is specifically about this one. Oh, okay. This is a Deathlock white, which is an overbearing urge to serve consumes their mind. Alright. I'm trying to think, because Pidgeottos are very, like, common creatures. So I'm thinking, like, not a huge, like, probably not a high CR creature. It's essentially, it looks like it boils down to they have all the stats of normal white, but they are flavored in a sense of being just servants of their patron. It's essentially a warlock whose patron deal didn't pan out too well, and now it's a problem. So maybe perhaps it is like someone said earlier, a Raven Queen contract that went wrong. So let's see. I can definitely imagine. Now they do have life drain, which is always a fun thing.
So how would the bird life drain? That sounds like a hummingbird. They must have like a long tongue.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, because I was making it speak really long. I was like, yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
They stick it in your brain. That's
Yes.
so disgusting. From your ear? No, I can't. Yeah, that's too spooky for me now.
No, it's good. I love it. Like the idea of because what's really dumb is that doesn't exist a hummingbird like Pokemon. Really, there's a woodpecker, but there's no hummingbird, which is a travesty. But I can definitely see like a hummingbird like creature that's that just feeds on life. Now it's very similar to a Sturge, but this is almost like a creature of undeath. And it might perhaps be on a goal to like reclaim its former status as a former human. Perhaps if it collects enough life force, it can gain some sort of semblance of its former life. Maybe, just spitballing.
It works. Or they could be working for like a lich or a warlock that actually sends them to gather the life essence for him so he can become human again.
Oh god. Imagine if
this
like
is just spooky.
these things like sniped your dead compatriot and just like stole its soul. And they'd just be like, oh, so the soul can't return to its body because it's inside one of these things. It's like its own soul jar. It's like, gross. It's like
that reminds me of a monster in Hollow Knight. It's like these little grubs that are flying, and they have like this huge belly with like infection in it.
Oh, ew.
This has the same vibe. Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's such a great design.
So good. I was thinking that like you could almost like a lightning bug, you could see like the souls inside of their belly. And if you like popped them, they would like come out. I can almost imagine this like a supercharged Sturge that you would use at like high levels. And good lord. A nightmare for your party. Like
Imagine
will-o-wisp?
seeing hundreds of
Yeah,
these
kinda like
flying in the
will-o-wisps.
sky.
Hey, give me your
It's like
soul.
Navi. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen, give me your soul. God. I'm trying to think, maybe ones that have collected, like, a fair amount of souls, almost like how it works for fiends, start to take on more, like, humanoid attributes. So maybe it's like a proto of a death wight. So they collect enough souls and they start to take on that humanoid essence again. Good lord. It's a fun time. Fingers as wings. Oh god! Oh yeah, you could definitely have like hand bones as wings. Oh god. Or something of the sort. Oh no. This looks like something that would be in the it's a Grim Hollow. It's a bone chicken. Don't let it steal your soul. It's good. All the fingies. How would this thing fly? I don't even.
What would happen if you stuck a bendy straw into its soul sack and slurp?
I feel like that's
I
what
don't
the
think you want to
patron.
do that.
I feel like that's what the patron does. You just like watch, like as the big bad evil guy, like takes out a bendy straw and just like punctures one of them and kills them. Just sucks out the souls.
Oh man,
Oh,
just
God.
flying smoothies.
Yeah, they're flying smoothies. Oh god. Magic snort. It's Kool-Aid with wings. It's necromantic Capri Sun. Oh my god. Oh my god, what if you like...
Heliana's cool Ed. Oh no. That's a recipe.
What if... Oh my god, what if like the actual like beak could be just used as a straw? Like it goes both ways. So if you like...
No.
If the necromancer like grabs it and it's just like... Oh no. DM begs Far to stop drinking the mobs. Oh no. It fills you with forbidden life essence. Oh no. It's good though. It's always good fun until the Lich's mom puts one of these in his lunchbox. no. Oh
So
god.
what's the size of this monster, Jess?
I imagine tiny.
Tiny? Yeah. That
Yeah.
should work.
It's like I don't
Yeah,
imagine it being
they
big.
just go in your ear.
Oh, maybe not that
While
tiny.
you sleep, they
Tiny,
just-
tiny could be is like size category like the size of a cat. And weirdly, it doesn't go smaller than that. I don't think. It might. I might be misremembering. But
I don't think it does actually. Let me check. I think like if you rats and bugs and everything is like just small.
yeah, it's just considered tiny.
Yeah, then it becomes a swarm. Then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
as
tiny
it
beast.
sucks up souls, it just gets like a fat mosquito or a leech. It becomes size category small. Lord.
So Haru is telling us that they removed minuscule and fine in 5e. So there were other categorization, but they
Yeah,
were
that's what I
removed.
thought. I was trying to remember if 5e had those, but I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's which is weird to me. I don't understand why they wouldn't. Just keep those in. I guess it's just to make it easier on people.
Yeah, less stuff to remember.
And there's so few monsters that are tiny anyway, that like smaller than like, I don't know, a bug. Yeah. Oh, some people are like thinking of names, but I'm like, how do I make Capri Sun work for this name? Oh no. It's like Lich Aid.
Lich Aid.
It's Cruel Aid. Ha. No.
Capri Soul, that's good.
Capri Soul. Oh no. Okay, so let me write these down so I don't.
Cruel Aid, Sunny Death. Now Capri Soul is the winner, I think.
It's like Capri Soul or Cruel Aid. It's like are really good. Oh god, that's so terrible. It's a perfect moment to end off on, because good lord, we thought of some great nightmares. I feel like that's. Hunt and do. Oh no, everyone's thinking of terrible drinks. Bottle bones, brittle bones. Alright, these are all great. Claw
So you have a
Prison.
good spread of monsters this time. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
Really
it's-
different designs.
Well, we're gonna refine these concepts, so I might change some of these for the end product, but we'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Please go head over to Heliana's Guide to check it out before it's over for good. So 'cause we only got like
48 hours left, even less, I think.
even less now, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But thank you again, everyone, for supporting the Kickstarter and on the stream as well. It's been an insane experience because we never thought it would go this far. Exceeded all of our expectations. Cannot keep reiterating that. But yeah, closing thoughts, Mo. Anything?
Oh yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. Like just said, and this stream was very fun, and I can't wait to see the monsters finalized.
Yeah, and also this video will be available afterward. You know, I keep a backlog of the streams, so if you missed it, it's okay. So, but anyway, take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. I know.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, gotta unlock all the things. Take care.